So this is literally my first week at school. Then my co-teacher tells me, Asher, unfortunately we found a grenade at our school. And I'm just like, what the hell? So today's story time actually goes back 8 or 9 months. It's when I first moved to Yangyang, the place where I'm staying currently. And within my first week of when I started teaching at my middle school, there was a situation that took place. So what had happened was during the lesson planning period, I had gone into a room with 2 of my co-teachers and they had started talking about the lessons that we're going to teach in the following week. And at that time, they'd actually told me that there was some construction that was going on around the school. So they were doing construction because what was going to take place in the following semester is that the boys and the girls middle schools were going to come together. So I was teaching at the girls middle school, and then the following semester the boys were going to join the girls middle school, and they're going to become one middle school, and then the high school would do the same thing. So during this construction process, they had found a grenade outside in where they were doing the construction, and they found this grenade because they had metal detectors when they're going around, and then I guess something had beeped, and then yeah, there was a grenade where they were doing construction, which is really dangerous and crazy. So with all this taking place, obviously this is a scary time, because if you think about it, like, they could have had a jackhammer or a power driver or anything that they could have used, any machinery they could have used that could have triggered off this grenade that was literally laying outside of our school. So at this time, there were some people that came to investigate the rest of the scene. They were the SWAT of Korea, I don't know what they're called, but there were these military people that came to the school, and they did a full surveillance of our area. And then during this meeting, obviously when we were discussing our lesson plans, my co-teachers had told me, hey Asher, we have something to tell you. We found a grenade at our school. And so my reaction was kind of just like, I just got to Korea. I'm dealing with culture shock, I'm dealing with fitting in, I'm dealing with my surroundings, new areas, so many different things going through my head, and then you're telling me that you just found a grenade at the school. So in my mind, I'm kind of just like, you know what, I just want to get out of here now. I don't want to be here anymore. I want to just go back to Canada because this is too much. So luckily for me, what had actually taken place, they had told me that this wasn't anything that was, pre-planned. It's not like somebody had gone and put a grenade at the school in order to, for like terrorist activity or anything like that. They had told me that it was actually a very old grenade that they found. So their guess was it was something that was a remainder from the Korean War, when North Korea and South Korea had a war. So maybe there were people that were fighting somewhere around where our school is today, and these are just remains from that war. And I do tend to believe that story because North Korea is less than 100 kilometers away from where I stay, so we are very close to that. The DMZ zone is not too far away from me, so that story does make some sense. And obviously I've been in Korea for 9 months now, and we haven't had any similar story. We haven't found any grenades, bombs, mines, or whatever at our school. And yeah, the construction took place, and now the boys and the girls are at the same school, and I'm teaching them both, and everything's been okay. So that was one of the scary events that did take place while I've been in South Korea. A couple others is there was a forest fire recently, about a month and a half or so, that took place. And so in the province that I live in, it's 70% mountains, and then it was a really windy day, and I guess the winds had just gotten so bad that it caused a forest fire. And this forest fire was so huge, it went past multiple cities, and I think it even bled into North Korea and destroyed a lot of teachers' homes, a lot of residents' homes around our area. Luckily, from where I live, I couldn't see it, but literally the city 20 minutes drive away from where I live was just covered in fire. And so that was a terrible time. And then literally, I would say about 3 weeks ago or so, there was an earthquake that took place in my city, and I think at neighboring cities as well. So I remember sitting in the teacher's lounge, and I was working on my computer, and then all of a sudden I feel like the whole, desk and room shake. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, there's no way that this could be students running or just causing commotion. That was definitely an earthquake, because the teachers in the office were all like, frantically speaking Korean, and I didn't understand what they were saying, but I knew they were saying earthquake, earthquake, earthquake in Korean. So luckily it wasn't too heavy and nothing was destroyed, and so we were okay. I know I'm very positive about all the stuff that I post on my channel, so this one is definitely a little story that goes, left field from what I'm usually telling you guys, but I'm glad like I stuck through like, the ups and downs, especially when I first got here. That's, grenade bomb story was very scary, but it's honestly been a very safe and wonderful experience. I'm not saying this to scare any potential teachers that do want to come to South Korea to teach, because it's one of the safest countries you can do that with. You can have this experience with. So I recommend you do so. And yeah, I only have a few more months left here, and I'm safe and sound, so you don't have to worry about me. Anyways, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this story. Stay dreaming, stay chasing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.